I was raided. In 3 days, I was completely taken from all possession. Now I knew that this place was not safe anymore for me to be. So now I try to escape by getting all of the obsidian that I can and go somewhere else, somewhere far, somewhere that no one will try to look. Somewhere where hopefully I will be safe. But there is no guarantee in the Ashfall server, because of course, everyone finds a way to live. Now I'm getting my last stuff before my leave, which means I need a bed, some doors to breathe underwater, and a boat. So that is what I'm going to do. And this is also a sort of farewell to the grand spawn point, which you'll see later in the video, that it will be different from when I was here in my leave, than from the last time I came back. So, in this small conclusion, I go away into the ocean. I decide to go find somewhere far away enough. I make a hallmark where I make a door to be sure where I am actually going to. And then I find a ruined portal with a chest that was untouched, so nobody even saw. Unlike this shipwreck, which already in this first chest there was nothing, which means people were here, and which that also means they would not be a good place for my base to be. But then, in the middle of nowhere, I find peace and somewhere I can build my foundation. And then I make my door, and I'm looking at the background. I see how beautiful it is underwater, how peaceful it is, that nobody is here to break it. So the plan is to make a pretty big base so that I can get around with everything I need, like enchantments, farming, and all of the things that I could think of. Because I probably never actually built a big base, but only actually small establishments, each for one thing. And I have of course to get the boat, because I cannot have evidence that somebody is entering my base. Now I'm going to let you just watch me build the foundation, and then I'm going to talk to you more when I am starting to do some more interesting stuff than this, because it's pretty boring. So now I have finished making my infinite water source, which you will see that I made some saplings here, but yes, now after recording the video, I know that they do not grow in the dark. Or I'm just doing something wrong. And yes, after in the video I will make the space for them be bigger. So I don't know what is happening, but anyways, I start putting out the wood to make the base actually look like something that doesn't come from nightmare fuel or something. And then here, of course, I'm making it bigger because I don't want to be able to just jump and hit the wall. And after that, I'll be making a little bit of walls. I'm making some walls, and I'm for some reason doing some calculations to get enough space for the trees. And then, it's almost ready. I'm starting to light things up, because even though I have shaders, this thing will still spawn mobs if it's in the dark for long enough. For some reason in this server, creatures spawn whenever, even at day, because nobody sleeps in SMPs, I think. And in the server, when one person sleeps, it gets to daylight. So of course it does not. So I have seemed to find paths from somebody, a nether portal to be specific. I wouldn't dare enter because I know that it would be dangerous out there. But then I find the island I was looking for, and then I start to get some wood because I know very well that I will be needing this by the time I am back to the base, because as I said, trees do not grow in the dark, so I will need everything from the outside or the nether, which apparently doesn't work to make boats, so I need to at least have some emergency boat supplies. And I am getting a lot, but I think I would have needed less. Of course, I'm back. This is probably the closest thing I'll be to home in this server. And then I am finishing off the base for now with the nether portal foundations because I want it to be an actual room this time. And just in case somebody enters, maybe I could build some kind of trap or something, so it could be useful to have that kind of thing. But then, of course, I try to make a stone cutter to make polished andesite, and I'll be using crying obsidian for the light because luckily in the shaders it actually glows, so it's very interesting. Also, I make a bed so that I don't actually have to go to spawn point and make the whole boat and thing. I used blue dye to make the bed blue, which is pretty much a nice touch because I always like personalizing my beds in this game. And it's always a different color no matter where I am. And I was happy that I found so much wool in the village because I was able to make carpet and stuff like that, so it's very interesting. And as you will see here, I'm making the stone cutter, and then I'll be finishing off the nether portal. And I'll just stop talking because otherwise I know I'll be saying something that I shouldn't, so watch. This is the moment where I light up the nether portal for the very first time, and then I make a water fountain so that my base looks prettier. I must say, it was a nice touch. But now, on to a few days later. I already went to the nether, I did some stuff there, but now I need to see how the spawn point is. I need to know if this server is truly an anarchy, or if there is order to the chaos. I saw some people that were trying to build houses, but this is what I saw. Everything was desolate. Where there was supposed to be a house, there were ashes. But I guess this was should have expected, because the server is named Ashfall for a reason. It's not only to be fun. Over here, if you are not good enough, you are going to get grieved. And this is where my paranoia would be at its peak, and I would rarely leave the base. Oh, and by the way, some things that I will clarify just at the end of the video, because I felt like I needed to credit some of the stuff. So I received some very thoughtful comments, some positive criticism, so I even asked to be my editor. And honestly, I am happy that I am making a difference by making these videos. Because I honestly think that this server needs more players. Because even with my dramatic things that I say, it was all in fun that I'm saying these things. For example, I'm thinking about making a collab probably in the next episode with another YouTuber, FizeMC. And even though he's a bit younger than me, I see it as something better to do than just stand there. And also I saw some comments that were asking for collabs and stuff, but I'm getting ahead of myself, and the video will never end if I keep doing this. So, and also, I just wanted to credit Ultra Kill because it is the game that inspired all of these songs, and that of course made them. And all credits to Heaven Pierce Her, because he is the one that is making all of these banger soundtracks that are appearing in my videos. And that is why I never put the sound lower than the way it should be, because people need to recognize it's kinda peak. Anyways, bye, see ya, and please look at my dev channel. I think I should put it in the channel so that you can actually access it. Anyway, bye!